about freedom, Henry Stephen Kriegel.
Any day we talk about freedom is a great day, because freedom brings people together. Madam Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters, honored guests, let us talk about freedom. We need to look no further than the Declaration of Independence, that remarkable document. I'm going to share with you a key section. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, endowed by our Creator with life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. I pronounce, endowed by our Creator with unalienable rights of life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Unalienable is the intended pronunciation, because no man can stake a claim or file a lien against your God-given freedom. The Declaration continues and says that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. This is a remarkable statement, that we the people are masters of our government. We are not in servitude to a king or to a despot. And the Declaration continues, and it says, when the government no longer upholds and defends our freedom, we have a right to abolish it. But it endures us to do so with great deliberation and forethought, because of the great price that will be required to abolish one form of government and institute another form. Now, we live in very perilous times, no doubt. But these two documents, the Declaration of Independence, led to the creation of the Constitution, the foundation of our government and our freedom. And these documents led to an explosion of growth, innovation, and advancement. This experiment in American independence and free market economics led to innovations like the creation of the light bulb, the telephone, the automobile, spaceships, men walking on the moon, advances in healthcare and medicine that doubled our lifespans. While certainly not all of these innovations came from America, it flowed from the spirit of freedom that was born here and rooted here in our nation. And certainly not all of this was great here in this country. The enslavement of the black people, the near genocide of the Native American Indian, and the almost total destruction of their culture. More currently, big bank bailouts that helped Wall Street but did not help us on Main Street. The ongoing wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. Yet despite these challenges, freedom and liberty in America is a magnet for those yearning to breathe and live free. The CIA World Book estimates that more than 1 million immigrants come to America than they leave each year. My parents were among those. They survived World War II and the Holocaust. My father fought in the Polish Army as a captain. My mother survived 8 different labor camps. Her brother, whom I'm named after, Chaim, which means life, was killed 3 days before the day of liberation. Her sister was killed as they were leaving the camp. They arrived in America on Ellis Island alone and virtually penniless. Yet they took advantage of the freedom and opportunity here. My dad worked as a garment worker in New York City on 7th Avenue, rose up to become an independent businessman. We never knew from what. We lived in liberty and the comfort of America. And a lot of what I do today, I do in homage and honor of their sacrifice. Now, those who live in countries that are economically free, social scientists and economists have shown that the quality of their lives are so far greater than those who live in bondage. People who live in economically free countries, as determined by rule of law, a fair court system, the size of government small, free trade, currency, sound currency, money that has real value. They not only live longer, the education is far better, especially for girls. Their incomes are higher. Their quality of life is better. Infant mortality rates are lower. And the environment is cleaner. All the things that people of all political persuasions purport to want occur in free countries. To illustrate this, I want to show you an image taken by a NASA expedition less than a month ago of the Koreas. In the north is Pyongyang, the capital, a tiny dot in a vast ocean of darkness. And in the south is Seoul, Korea, lit up like a light bulb in a Christmas tree, visually indicating the benefits of economic freedom, despite the north having more natural resources than the south and more money from the Soviet Union. Their people peel pine bark in order to satiate their hunger, while the south live a high-quality life. Now, the U.S. was once number 3 in the world in economic freedom just 12 years ago. Now we're dropped to number 18, beyond such countries as Qatar in the Middle East, Estonia, a former Soviet republic, Switzerland and Chile. Why? Massive government overspending. We've added $12 trillion to the national debt in 12 years. Both political parties contributed to this disaster. When you add that to the cumulative debt, each person in this room owes $54,000 to our federal government, excluding the trillions more in unfunded liabilities. My friends, we live truly in very challenging times. What we need to do is come together in freedom, celebrate, as we do today, our free speech, and use our God-given talents and our God-given freedom to make a difference and save our nation for our sake and our children's, lest freedom be wiped off from the face of the earth. Madam Council Chair, thank you for your time and attention.
Thank you, Henry. We'll give you 2 minutes on the clock for our judges to tally everything up, and please respect a moment of silence.